Hey guys, I'm Sambit Sanyal and I just realized this is not how Indian YouTubers start their Indian videos. So, hello friends, this is Sambit Sanyal. So basically for this video, I'm just going to show a demo of my automated retail store using AI facial recognition. This I'm doing for my mini project and it's not much of a big of a deal, but I thought I'll just make a demo out of it. I'm not going to give much explanations and I'm not going to be giving code to anyone, I guess. But I'll just be showing what all features and stuff I have added so you can build upon it and make your own ideas burst or something. It's all dependent on how you take it. So basically the idea was any person should be able to enter a store and person should be just showing himself to the camera, picking up what he wants and like going out. Let me clarify, I am not talking about shoplifting, instead I'm talking about a really fast recognition system which doesn't need you to stand in counters. So first start with the facial recognition part. I have broken the facial recognition into basically three parts. The first being collecting the data sets of people's faces. So first let me begin by taking pictures of my face and then doing the same for my brother. So now we actually have a data set prepared which the OpenCV can actually run across and train itself with. So I've given my brother's face too, so we have something to compare with. I've stored the data of my face and my brother's face in a folder called dataset, where we can actually see that I don't look very nice. With that conclusion, let's move on to the second part, where we now train the model. And we store it as something called as trainer.yml, which is actually a model. And basically we can see that the model actually contains my face, but in a weird format where I can't understand which is my nose and which is my eyes. So leaving that behind, we now move on to the third part of facial recognition, where now we actually go for the facial recognition. Yay! So now we see that it can recognize Sambit Sanyal, and that's a start. Yup, it can recognize Sambit Sanyal, but does it work for my brother too? Let's check that out. And we see that even works for Sambartha Sanyal. So this is how we actually have broken down the thing, and this is how we'll be doing it in the final project too. Now apparently things which we buy in the store don't have faces, and so usually they have barcodes, but instead of barcodes we thought why not upgrade it to QR codes. So we thought of using QR code recognition using the same OpenCV model, so now we can actually recognize even QR codes at the same time as recognize faces. That way we can actually find out objects. Next, I'm just going to show you a sneak peek of my Firebase, where actually I have the Firebase database stored up. So I'll be showing how the data will be stored. We have this Python DB test where I actually have a database set up, and it's loading, and the real-time database. And as you can see, I actually have some previous data, which were obviously when I was testing the stuff. So I'm going to remove them for now, so we can actually see how these values are created in the first place. The reason why I emphasized on the 3 steps of facial recognition before was because you will not understand how this code works otherwise. Because right now I'm going to be showing how to enter a new user, and basically I'm going to enter my name Sambit Sanyal and entering some random details because I really don't want to leak my information online. And yeah, so basically now we're actually recognizing the face in the same way which we did before, collecting the data set, training the model, and then giving it for recognition. So as of now what we have allowed is just the facial recognition, and you can associate yourself with some amount of money so that you can actually use the store like it's supposed to be used. So basically you can create an authentication of how do you add money into your account for this part. I haven't done a real authentication because that's a different topic completely, but I have just done a simulation so you can understand that this is the place where which and all procedures has to be taken for a real-time system to be actually working this way. This is just made for fun and I really don't want to give my information online, so I'm not making it actually work. So yay! This is just to show that we've actually made a communication with the database where I have stored my name with some amount of money and some information about myself. You can add the information according to whatever you wanted to add. And yeah, now what if I actually want to add some money to myself? So I already have an existing account, so we need to update the information, and you can just add a certain amount and obviously go through the entire payment procedure again, because that's fun. And yeah, so in case you want to add some money to your balance, you can do it through this way. So now that we have a user ready, why not check the store? So first, let's just try. First we get a menu, and then they see our face, and once the face is recognized, the customer is recognized, and that's how it works. So right now I don't really actually have printed QR codes because we're in quarantine right now, so I'm just going to be showing from my other phone the QR codes and show that recognizes the stuff, and basically stuff like onion and tomatoes, because those are just generic examples. It's not like you have to start with onion, tomatoes and potatoes. Yeah, so the QR code just reads and scans and tells us what that is. I have ensured the QR codes are unique for each specific item, so even items of the same type will not have the same QR code, but they'll have the same series of QR code. So that way you can actually figure that out, and the bill gets generated on its own and the amount gets deducted. And there's an error over here because basically I have done a mistake, which is I didn't make the database open for reading and writing through any other application. So I'll be changing that first so that I can show a real demo. This wasn't an actual demo, this was just to show how the store will work. Next question is, what if someone hasn't registered in the store? Well, what if it's a stranger? So that's why I've taken a stranger as an example. My brother, Sambartha, he's not registered with the store, so let's see what happens for his case. They try to recognize the face and they realize that they have not seen this face before, but they know it's a face. So what happens is, right now Sambartha cannot access the quick pay thing which is the store is made for, but he can access the store and use the normal QR codes to get through the process. However, he can't use the facial pay which the store actually advertises. Anyways, as you can see that once his bill will get generated, the thing which will happen is his payment will have to be done just how it is done in a normal store, where you can just take out your money and give it to the cashier, but which is not recommended in a time like this because we all have to be contactless. So that's one more benefit of the store, I guess, because there's less contact and just looks, I guess. So Sambartha has to pay amount of 90 to the counter, and the bill gets generated and get updated to the database on its own, showing how much amount the person has paid, who the person was. In this case it's unknown because they don't know who Sambartha is, but they have generated a bill anyways, and that's the previous bill for what I did, and they just showed the bill anyways. So now let's try an actual demo in which the registered user can actually do what he's supposed to do. So in a normal case scenario, Sambit Sanyal enters, his face gets recognized, the time gets registered too, and then he just shows QR code after QR code. Let's wait. Mind you, the same QR code will not be creating multiple of the same item because each specific item has a unique QR code. If it's a different item, they will recognize it in the same QR series but not as the same unique code. And anyways, now you can see that the amount has been deduced and the bill has been generated, and my amount, which was before 600, as you remember 500 plus 100, has now been turned to 440 because I made a bill of 160. And that's how the store actually works. Now what if Sambit Sanyal is broke? Like, imagine Sambit Sanyal didn't recharge his balance. He has only 50 rupees, but he wants to buy so many things. So right now let's just test what happens in that case where a registered user is short on funds. So we do the same procedure. The person enters, the person shows his face, the face gets registered, the time gets registered, and now the QR codes one after the other. And as we can see that they realize that the person is broke, so they just deduct the amount and tell you what balance you have to pay to the cashier, and your amount gets reset to 0 and you have to update it anyways. So you become a normal person with with a face, but still you pay like a normal person. So that's about the progress for now. There are a lot of more things which we have to take into consideration, like what if we have to remove an item, and what if we remove a user, and other things like that, which I probably will make in the next video. Until then, bye.